You know, as a Filipino, especially in Jersey, it's like, you know, you're supposed to like graduate, go to college, get a job, become like an accountant or a nurse or whatever it is. I think there's this like stigma attached to being a musician or being an artist and having to go against what we were told was like the traditional way of living your life.
Until I met llmind, actually, I never really caught a vibe recording in New York ever. So I wanted to go back out there, and why not? Let's go separate ourselves from artists LA shit, artists rap shit, and just go make music somewhere else. I want to use this as an opportunity to move past wanting to write about overused muses, because I always wanted to pull from like my experiences growing up, and I do, but never in a full body of work. And I'm going through life, I got different stuff, I got different problems, I got different things that make me cry now compared to like pain from the past.
And you want to talk about that stuff more.
Yeah, so you meet people in the industry that you just got a natural like synergy with. It's the same thing like me and Buddy, you know? As soon as we get around each other, we just mesh, and I feel like that with ill.
Shit, effortless. Oh shit.
It's cracking me up.
You know what I'm saying?
It's beautiful. We first linked in LA. He DM'd me and was just like, yo, I'm out here working with hella people. I fuck with you, you Filipino, pull up. Oh wait, he didn't even know I was Filipino yet.
The cherry on top of the whole thing was that was the same session that he told me he was Filipino, and I was like, okay. It's like a deeper thing.
I feel like especially in hip hop too, because
in music, yeah.
Filipinos have been hella prevalent and been hella influential, but never really got their flowers.
True.
When you look at like the core elements of hip hop, like all the pillars, in every pillar,
It's Filipinos.
It's been Filipinos.
Yeah. The food, like the food is always the centerpiece.
It's dinner, it's food, it's cooking, it's sharing that. Like if my grandma was over here right now, she'd probably be cooking some shit, you know.
Regardless of how many thousands of miles away we were when we were young, we still share so many like of the same memories when we were kids. That sort of stuff just kind of comes out naturally through the recording process. Growing up, until I moved out, there was always a relative that lived with us. Fresh from the Philippines, and then they would stay like for a year or 2 years, or so. I was very just like blessed with the being around a lot of family.
Look at this. Look at the song. Like we need a song called Chicken and Dope.
We have to.
To me, it was like all of these cultural things that we were doing that was Filipino based was normal. Till I went around my homies and it wasn't. Like trying to become an adult and figure myself out. It was always two cultures mixed in one. In the Bay Area, that's like 80 cultures mixed in one. It's like 200 languages spoken in the Bay. It was just always just like, bro, what am I?
Yeah.
Like, I look like a nigga, I feel like a nigga, I talk like a nigga, but I don't eat like one, I don't shower like one, my grandma is not one.
You know, as a Filipino, especially in Jersey, it's like, you know, you're supposed to like graduate, go to college, get a job, become like an accountant or a nurse or whatever it is. Your family, like, they support you, but like, they're talking, like, you know, they're like, just let him do it for another year, he'll get over it. And then like 6 years go by and it's like, all right, like, what are you doing with your life? My
my parents decided to come to America and try to chase the American dream, I was given that chance to be born in America and to go through this stuff to get to this point and do music. So like that really, I got super emotional when I was thinking of that, because I was like, man, I have literally nothing to complain about. Like there's what I'm able to do right now is just such a huge blessing. And that's why I feel so connected, especially this time in my life, to wanna do things that can shed some light on the Philippines and people in the Philippines, especially creative people.
It's the God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blah, 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 blah. My phone's died. I'm a sample.
No, we're talking about changing the narrative just in terms of how potentially impactful this project could be. This is actually the first like series of sessions with like other human beings like since COVID. You know, this is kind of like a coming back into being a producer, like in this capacity.
I'm coming into that. Shit.
He's not capable
Yeah.
of writing a song that he doesn't feel deeply connected to.
Oh, fuck. I'm fucking crying, dog. To make a whole album, like roll it out, and it's about like all of my greatest traumas in like the most traumatic year of my life. The roller coaster ride has been ridiculous. Pardon me, amor. And then hook. Still keep on leaving, still. Yeah, perfect.
I think my goal, my job as a producer always is to bring the best out of the artist. Try to get the artist to go into moments in their mind and dig into these different moments in their mind that they never knew would be possible.
The beats that I chose forced the content that I wrote about. I don't mean force me, but it forced it out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I was just feeling really personal. I've been going through a lot of things, and I wanted to talk about it and catch people up to where I'm at in the music, and also just put it in there to express my own self to me, like a diary almost.
At some point, whether it was family or friends or people saying, "Oh, he's just gonna do this, whatever." Oh, he's an outsider. Like you deal with that, feeling like an outsider, and that's what it takes to get to have this luxury.
Yeah.
Like we're fucking super glad. Like we're feeling this thing. Got this crazy album. Like life is a blast, and regardless of
life is a blast.
Life is a fucking
it's
blast.
A great quote.
Yo,
Yeah.
For real though.
Yeah.
Like when you think about what you could be thankful for, it's like you think about all this shit you had to sacrifice and go through.
And after we went to New York and then made the outro, we finished Stoop Kid and all of the songs, I was like, damn, we need to call it 1176 because this body of work now is clearly about the house that I grew up in. And that's where we landed it, is it being an origin story.